Warning: the following program is intended for a mature audience. It may contain language or opinions that are not suitable for some listeners.
This week on the show, actors who sell their scents isn't unusual, but this week, an actress is actually selling her own scent. 2 drug dealers were arrested in Florida after their plot spelled itself out. And what happens when you take Viagra meant for bulls? We're going to find out. It is February 9th, 2020. It is the 2 Cent Show. Hello guys, welcome back to the 2 Cent Show. Yes, it is the 2 Cent Show again. I am to the ranting Gryphon. Hello, Hoofy, how you doing?
Hello there, Brad. How are you doing?
Do you come from the dark? Is it?
I was born in the dark. Raised by it.
Oh God, yeah, we are. So we were both born in the dark because for the last few weeks there's not been a 2 Cent Show. I apologize for that. I explained this to the patrons who were asking me about this, but I'm gonna explain it to you guys now. God does not like the 2 Cent Show. He never has. And for those of you guys who've been following the show for quite a while, you'll know that every now and then, no show for a week or 2, sometimes 3, because something will happen that just is God related, where God has just shut down the recording session. And this has happened over the last few weeks. The first time, it was just Hoofy and I were both really tired, and we thought, okay, you know what, we'll skip 1 week, that's fine. But then the next week, your wife wound up in the hospital. Yeah. And then the week after that, I wound up sick. And I have this here. I've shown this to people, but literally right here, I have a jury summons. Okay, I got this a couple of days ago. And the jury summons is for March 1st. It already says that in here. March 1st is another 2 Cents Day. So
God damn it.
Just God does this to me all the time when it comes to 2 cents. I don't know why, but we try to work our way around God because he's a douche, and we all know that.
Not always though, because one time, this is years and years ago, me, my buddy, and my wife were all going to go watch X-Men 3.
Okay.
And just things conspired to stop us. Like God was stopping us. He was like, "No, don't do it." Like the first time, Cindy cracked her knee on the side of a coffee table.
Ow.
The second time, I think like the car broke down.
Oh,
and like
man.
the third time, God was just like, "You know what? I gave you 2 warnings, bitches. Go, fine." And then afterwards we went, that was God trying to stop us. We should not have gone and seen that. That was awful.
We've defied God. Why did we do that? Of course, once you defy God a couple of times, something about it starts getting into you, and you're like, yeah, I want to do it more. Oh yeah, let's defy God all we fucking can, because I want to defy God, because there's some high about defying God that just, and then eventually, you're going to hell, and that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And
it's that thrill of just like going against authority, but it's not just going against authority; it's going against the authority.
Of course. And by the way, all you guys listening, when you listen to the show, you are automatically defying God. So every time you listen to the show, when we all die and we all go to hell, there will be a 2 Cent Show already down there waiting for you. And we're going to broadcast it all the time, and you'll be able to listen to that when you get down there with us. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Except for me.
Oh, are you going to heaven?
I'm heading up to heaven. I'll still Skype in,
You still have to Skype in, and I'll go and visit you every now and then. Yeah.
Heaven. Heaven's still running on AOL 9.0 with Skype.
Probably.
So
Yeah, it's going to be terrible. Well, both places are probably going to be terrible, but oh well, that's just the way it works. Oh man.
Well, in hell, you'll get no cell signal. That'll be the worst part down there.
Either way, how are you doing?
A little tipsy, but fine.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Well, tipsy he doesn't mean drunk. He hardly ever drinks, folks. So yeah, it doesn't.
No, I mean drunk.
Oh, really? I didn't know you'd been drinking.
Yeah, Cindy and I got some wine recently, and we were just like, you know what? We started this bottle for cooking reasons. We're not going to leave this bottle not finished.
Okay.
So we filled two big old glasses. I finished mine and hers.
Oh, Lord.
Because she took a couple of sips and went, I can't drink no more. I'm like, okay, here we go.
All right. Wouldn't it be great if they did that with food? They never do that with food. They'll go to the restaurant, you'll sit down, it's like, what do you want to eat? I'm not hungry. And then they'll start picking your plate apart once you get it. It's like, no, you're not hungry. Stop it. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's been, it's been an interesting week, and I mean in the realm of politics. Not,
Oh boy, that was a thing.
Yeah, normally, I mean, like, mainstream politics, I don't like to get too much into on the show, but man, the last week or two has been crazy with normal politics, and I gotta give it.
I wouldn't call that normal. That I have never experienced in my life a level to which politics has dived into.
Crazy. Well, okay, here's the thing, and I hate to say this. You're not going to hear me say this often, okay? So just enjoy this, but I've actually kind of been liking Trump over the last couple of weeks. And the reason why is because he took this massive hate wave that's coming from, the other side. And not only did he get over it all, but he surfed over it on a surfboard, playing guitar, He's like, yeah, that's right. And he goes back to his own press conferences. He holds up these newspapers that say, Trump impeached. He's like, hey, I got impeached. And everybody's like, yeah. It's like they're all holding it up like it's a big joke and they're laughing at it. And I'm like, my God, this guy's just having fun with this shit. This is stupid. I mean, it's fun, but it's stupid. But, it's like that. Okay.
I don't know. That's still something that also sort of bothers me, though, because that shouldn't be something that's like, haha, check this out, badge of honor sort of thing. I don't know. It just seems like something that should be taken a little more seriously.
Well, I think it should have been taken seriously, too, but I think it should have been taken seriously by the Democrats who impeached him for no reason. They're kind of like, well, what are you going to impeach him on? Nothing. There were no actual criminal files in their impeachment. There was nothing there. And I watched the whole. I was one of the dumb 12 people that watched the whole thing. I watched it, and I watched all of their stuff, and I watched I watched the president's lawyers, and the Democrats' entire argument came down to, well, he did something we don't like, and if he stays in the office, then he's going to do something really bad. He will. So we need to remove him. Not only did they want to remove him, they wanted to impeach him, get him out of office, and they wanted to take his name off the next ballot forever. They wanted his name removed from all ballots forever throughout time.
Huh.
And it's like, because why? What did he do? Well, he didn't commit any crime or anything. He just did this thing we didn't like. And it's like, there was really no case. I mean, when the other guys got up there, they're like, okay, what's your defense? And their defense is like, there's no case here. We have to throw this out because they don't have a case. And eventually everybody was like, yeah, they don't really have a case. So it's like an hour and it was like, yeah, this is gone. So I can see kind of why Trump is like, yeah, look what happened to me, this stupid shit, because it wasn't really serious in the first place. But I don't want to go off onto this. I don't want to go off onto that. I mean, I've been watching it and studying it, but I don't want to get into that serious shit like on the show because this show is for funny. And
if only we had cameras, then people could see your face, and then it'd be really funny.
Well, no, it'd just be ugly.
Looking.
It'd just be ugly then. But for the funny, let's go on into the news.
Please bring in the world news.
Okay, guys, so here we go with the world news. This first one is it's kind of old, but I think you're gonna like it. Actress Gwyneth Paltrow is selling a candle that smells like her vagina. Now, that
asterisk. There's an asterisk there.
That's all. I mean, that's all we really need right there. Is that? Oh my God, what? But no, she's selling it at $75 a pop for her lifestyle and wellness company Goop. The name of the candle is none other than, you guessed it, This Smells Like My Vagina. Paltrow first came across a scent that she said reminded her of the smell of her own vagina. She claims the scent was then finalized for this Smells Like My Vagina candle, which reportedly sold out within hours of its test run. That turned out to be the perfectest candle. We did a test run, and it sold out within hours, Goop bragged. It's a blend of geranium, citrusy, bergamot, and cedar absolutes juxtaposed with damask rose, ambriette seed that puts us in a mind of fantasy, seduction, and sophisticated warmth. Okay, I want to know. First of all, I have smelled vaginas before, and ain't none of them smell like that.
No.
Second of all, what kind of woman sits around and sniffs her own vagina? Who does that?
It would have to be the creator and owner of Goop. That's the kind of person.
What kind? Okay, now, I don't know. I don't want to put any feelings on this person, but wouldn't you have to be the most, just self-centered person in the world to sit around and analyze the smell of your own junk? And then to turn around and sell it?
I mean, this may be gross, but I mean, I don't know about you, but the only time I ever smelled my own junk is one of those times where it goes, you're just sitting around and you spread your legs because you just had a hard day and you just sniff and you go, oh, okay, I need a shower.
Yeah, exactly. The only time, it's like, you come home and now you're at home and the only thing around is, all your animals and some of the sheep and the cows and stuff, and you take your pants off like you normally do, and then suddenly this smell of crotch sweat just hits you in the face and you're like, oh, okay, I gotta wash. That's the only time that I've really only smelled myself, and to me, that wasn't something that I sat there and went, let me see if I can identify the different elements of this, put it in a candle, and fucking sell it. What? No.
I have, if I was sitting across from Gwyneth Paltrow, she turned to me and said, okay, I was analyzing my vagina's scent and its mixture of citrus and rose petals and blah. I'd have to reach over the table, put my hand on hers and go, are you okay? Did you have a stroke? What happened that made you think you smelled those things?
Well, I don't know. If this was a fair world, which it's not, by the way. Anybody out there listening to the show right now who wants to think, life is not fair and the world is not fair. But if there was a fair world and some woman just started describing to me the scent of her vagina, I would slap the shit out of her and run away. Because if a male did that to a woman, don't you know he'd go to jail?
That would be sexual harassment right then and there.
Instantly that guy would be going to jail. To describe the scent of your crotch to a woman? Oh, no, you're done. So they're they're writing about this. It's a blend of geranium, citrusy, cedar, damask rose. No, that's not what.
Well, here's the thing, though. We're passing over the bigger problem here. We're just going right past it. The bigger problem is apparently there's enough people in the world who are willing to spend $75 on a scented candle.
Oh, if I was going to spend $75 on a candle, then this shit had better be the best smelling stuff in the world. And vagina is not the best smelling stuff in the world.
If I spent $75 on a candle, the damn thing better, send me into a high where I imagine that there's floating ponies around me, singing songs and dancing. I better be able to get high off that shit.
If $75 for a candle, there better be a mixture of some pot and heroin in there. I mean, I better get high off that. I better hallucinate when I burn that shit. That's gonna be some good shit. But no, apparently, when a
genie
vagina
better come out of the fucking wick when I set it on fire. A genie better come out of that to grant me a wish for $75 for a candle.
We don't know because Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina. That's enough. That's apparently enough. I don't know. Either way, there you go. You got the smell. I don't know. I hope we're not actually advertising this fucking candle at this point. We're not sponsored by Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina. Just saying, we're not. We're not.
I mean, I hope that we have an audience, at least that is smart enough never to go to the Goop homepage.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't go there. That's stupid. No. God. Anyway, moving on. Guess where we're going now?
To the next story.
Yeah, but guess where?
Where?
Florida.
Yes!
We're going to Florida. Dude. We're going to Florida. Now, this is fun. It happened in Santa Rosa County. 2 men were not discreet in their plans to sell drugs in the Florida Panhandle, according to officials. The Florida Highway Patrol arrested 2 men suspected of drug trafficking after troopers pulled them over on Saturday and found drugs in a bag labeled "bag full of drugs." Get this true. Troopers made the discovery after the men were pulled over for speeding on I-10. The Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Police assisted the search of the vehicle, which turned up methamphetamines, GHB, cocaine, MDMA, and fentanyl.
Jesus.
And according to the police, they say, note to self, do not traffic your illegal narcotics in a bag labeled "bag full of drugs." Our canines can read. And by the way, I saw the picture of this thing, okay? I was wondering about this, and I saw because I thought somebody, was stupid, and they got a big bag, and they just took a Sharpie and, labeled it "bag full of drugs." No. This thing had been professionally printed, okay? It was like, it was like all like professionally printed in these big letters that bag full of drugs. Very nice looking. It was just sitting there, just waiting to be found. And they had it stuffed with drugs. And I'm thinking, okay, do they have another bag somewhere over there that says "bag full of money"? Where's the bag full of guns that they use to defend their business with? I don't know this, but they only found the bag full of drugs, so I guess I don't know.
I want the bag full of decoy drugs.
Well, as long as they label it that, they have to label it that. Then
that's
it's
what I'm
fine.
saying. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's what I would have done. I mean, seriously, I would have actually, if I was someone stupid enough to sell, all of that shit, I would put it in a bag full of decoy drugs. Just so the cops came over and pull me over and grab it. That can't be that. It says decoy on it. Where's the real drugs? I don't have any. What are you talking about?
Bag full of criminal evidence against the cops. There you go.
They'll hide that for you.
They'll be like, oh, fuck, we didn't find that. Look what the dog found. Oh, no, he didn't. Nope. But yeah, it's it. So we don't do that, folks, and we don't run around with a bag full of drugs. We don't run around with bag full of Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina. We don't do this kind of thing, because then the police will arrest you and you will be sad. So don't do that. But I don't know. It's almost like people in Florida are just trying. It's like they're just, like they're trying to fuck up. I don't know.
They have a bag full of drugs.
Yeah.
And then proceeds to the highway, in which they proceed to speed. It's like, wait, how? I mean, these are Florida men. I mean, it's not too surprising, but
there you go.
You're going to get pulled over.
Well, yeah.
What did you think was going to happen?
Well, that's the only thing that they left off, I guess. Just painting their car that says "car of speeding" on the side. Car of speeding, and then you pull them over, and then they need to be wearing shirts that says "drug dealer," and then they need to have a bag full of drugs, and then it's like, well, there we go. I mean, the only way that,
go home to take care of their pets. Cat of perpetrator.
Dog of loyalty. Just all this kind of stuff. Oh man, that would have been great. That's what. Hey, Noodle, could you grow a pattern in your snake, and it could say, snake of wait, what would snakes be?
Snakes.
Snake of
snake of slithering.
Snake of slithering. That'd be fine. Yeah, we'll just have snake of slithering across there, and then it'll all be great. Now oh man, people from Florida, I don't know what's going on in their head, or if they have one.
I remember people used to say, like, we need to just cut Florida off the map because, Jesus, they're just so fucked up. You know what? No. They're the only source of entertainment we got left.
Well, them in California. Florida and California.
California more pisses me off than Florida does.
Well, yeah, there is that. Well, anymore. Yeah, that's, yeah. And I live there, and believe me, yeah, it's not. Well, and did you know it's not actually a state? It's a republic. Did you know that?
What? No, I didn't.
Yeah, you know how there are some states that aren't actually states, they're like commonwealths or things like that? California's, yeah, California's not actually, it's one of the few that's not actually a state, it's a republic. And it's weird because when you live there, you'll see the California flags flying.
Yeah.
But it won't say the state of California, it says the Republic of California. And then there'll be this, and the laws there and the people there are so different that you feel like you're in a different country when you're over there, which makes me actually think, okay, this is why California is so weirded out by the rest of the country, because they're in such a different place that when they go out to the rest of the country, they don't know where the fuck they are. You know, it's like, well, this isn't like America back there in California. It's like, no, California is not like America. You don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, so there you go. But either way, let's move on. By the way, next story also takes place in Florida.
Yes.
So we got lots of Florida this week. Push for, get this. Oh God. Push for safe haven baby boxes in Florida to reduce illegal infant abandonments. That's the headline.
What?
Okay. Right now, it is legal to surrender a baby to a fire station or a hospital, but sometimes the face-to-face interaction can be a bit of a deterrent, causing mothers to leave their newborns in unsafe places. A new bill is hoping to change that. The bill, co-sponsored by Representative Mike Beltran, would expand the Florida safe haven law to include baby boxes as a legal option to surrender a baby.
No!
These boxes, now I didn't know this part, these boxes currently exist in Indiana, Ohio, Arkansas, and Arizona.
Really?
They're already a thing. They're placed,
Ohio, I've never heard of this.
They're placed at fire stations and hospitals and allow a mother or father to safely dump the baby in the box and without having to interact with anybody, and you just dump it. It's almost like, you know, when you go to the bank and you slip your check in and you kind of send it into the building. That's what this is like. Yeah. It's a little box and you stick the baby in there and you shut the door and you're done with the baby. Baby's
I don't
done.
know how many people will understand this because these things are basically gone now, but like, do you remember like Blockbusters used to have the little slot?
Yeah.
That you would just, you know, it's like, haha, I put it in a slot.
Yeah, you stick it in there. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
You know, I am so torn on this story right now. Because it's like, at first it's like, we live in a society where we have baby drop-off boxes.
We do.
And secondly, I gotta say, good at the same time. Get those babies out of the hands of people who will treat them like a fucking VHS rental.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm in the same. Oh God, I'm in the same zone because first of all, I'm like, okay, first of all, how do you accidentally go through the 100 steps that it takes to get pregnant and then have a child? First of all, how do you go whoops and then do that? You can't trip over a banana peel, do a backflip, and have a fucking kid, okay? You got to do a lot of things to have a kid. Mm-hmm. Now, after you've already accidentally fucking done that, and you don't want the kid, well, at that point, I would much rather. I don't want to see the kid actually. Well, we have to, keep him because there's no place to put him, and if we leave him, then we'll get arrested. So now you got a kid who's gonna get raised abused and neglected.
Yeah.
And so a baby in a box in the side of a fire station. It's like, well, somehow it's stupid, but that's preferable.
Yeah,
I know. It's
when we live in a world where that is preferable.
Yeah.
God, stop stopping us from doing stupid shit. Just press the button already. Stop us.
Yeah, just stop us, please. Just
stop the world.
I mean, I had a mother and a father, and they both wanted kids, and good. But
ditto.
if I had been raised, if I was raised, and poof, here I am, and I'm an adult, and it's like, when were you born? It's like, well, you were born at the fire station. They just took you out of a box. I would be sitting here right now going, good. I'm thinking good.
Yeah.
I'm much more happy with that, because if I'd been forced to stay with whoever would have dropped me in a baby box,
Yes.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. So, yeah, it's a very, it's funny. It's a funny story, but it's also very mixing at the same time. By the way,
I mean,
I also know now where to stop for my free lunches. Just go buy one of them baby boxes. It's like, oh, goody, baby, nom nom. And it says, by the way, those boxes are preheated. They're actually the heated boxes, and they have an alarm in them. So when a baby goes on there, it sends out a silent alarm so that people will know there's a baby in there. So it's already heated. It's heated. All you have to do is just open it up and, hey, lunchtime. Just bring the cheese, spread it on. There you go.
Well, I mean, this is something like fundamentally that's just screwing with my brain right now, just thinking about that story.
I know.
It's weird. It's a funny image. Like, you just imagine, somebody out there, sitting there in the, like, trying to be incognito about it. They got like the stocking cap over their face. They got the whole black outfit, like a thief, but they're doing like a reverse thief thing.
Yeah.
Like, dun, sneaking over.
Yep. Just walking around like Sly Cooper. Looking
how to get less pants.
Yes. Oh God. I miss playing that game with you, by the way. Just saying, that was a lot of fun.
One day we will do the sequel. One day.
Yes, we must do that. But for now, we have one final news story for today. Oh God, I don't think this was not in Florida, but it's still good. A man was rushed to a hospital after taking Viagra meant for bulls, and ending up with a 3-day erection, according to reports. The unnamed bloke, they didn't name him, by the way. The news and the police, they didn't name him because they're like, this guy's had enough. He's had enough of a bad time. But the unnamed bloke who was reportedly planned a steaming encounter with a date. What kind of date? Were we gonna be with a cow here? Is said to have taken the sexual stimulant in Veracruz, Mexico. The powerful Viagra-like drug used by farmers to arouse bulls to inseminate cows left him rock hard for 3 whole days. He reportedly needed, get this, emergency surgery to get his manhood back to normal. Man,
really?
Yeah, it said it's not the first report of someone ending up with worse for wear after experiment with a sex drug. Yeah, apparently his boner was so raging, throbbing hard that they had to do surgery on it to get it not that way anymore. That's scary. I don't want to think about that.
Can you even imagine that? To just to have someone just cut into your dick?
I don't want to imagine that. Well, I hope they put him to sleep first. I don't know. Mexico, who knows?
Did this guy not, was he American or was he Mexican?
It doesn't say. No idea if he lived there or if he came down from here. But
because it's like, doesn't he not know the first rule of visiting Mexico is like never get medical treatment in Mexico?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Don't drink the water.
Yeah, I've heard this thing, and don't drink the water and don't get medical. That's just no. But I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he, I don't know. Maybe he couldn't afford normal Viagra, and so he just went to his neighbor's bull farm and it's like, I'll eat this. I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing that you can do. One thing you can do with this stuff. Well, if you're gonna go and you're gonna eat bull tranquilizer or bull like Viagra, save it before a FurCon. See, you just wait for a FurCon and then eat it, and then you can go to the FurCon. You can have a whole weekend of fun. There you go. So plenty of foxes there will be miserable because of you. So it's the way that works.
I'm just surprised that it's such a thing though. Like, I wasn't realizing that bulls had a problem getting it up.
Didn't know that either, but, well, I don't know. I guess if you have a bull that you're constantly making it do this stuff, eventually it's like, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't know. And then so you stuff pills in its mouth and it's like, I want to do it now. I don't know. But, either way, wow. Don't do that, folks. Do not take, I know a lot of you out there listening are furries. Do not take Viagra meant for animals. That's not for you. Okay?
Well, don't take any medication meant for animals. It's like, it's like aspirin for giraffes. That's good enough for me.
Good enough for me. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's bad. Bad for everybody. But anyway, Now we know the details of what not to do in Mexico. But uh-oh.
Oh, look! Laxatives for elephants! Alright!
Oh, I'll just have some of that! Huh, tastes like peanuts, wonder why. And then you shit a
You
pile
shoot
of
off
shit.
like a rocket.
Yeah, but you shit a pile of shit bigger than you are, blat. Oh, how'd that come out of my sphincter? I don't know. But either way, that's our news for today, guys. We're gonna go on into WTF Theater.
For the sake of balls, we must consult the theater.
All right, guys, let's go to picture number 1 here. I don't want to finger my own cup hole, and I would rather you not either. Just saying. I like you and everything, but I don't want you fingering my cup hole. It's one of those things.
I had no intention of putting it there.
Okay, I'm glad.
I'm
Just making
surprised
sure.
that they needed to tell people this.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They're in public. I mean, come on, people. You're in public. You just don't do certain things.
I mean, come on. You don't whip your dick out, and you don't jerk it, and you don't do things, and you don't finger your cup hole. You don't do that in public. All right? That's something you do. Anyway, picture number 2. I like this.
Tom's Diner. 1 side of mashed potatoes. 1 chick tenders basket. 1 stupid question.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, if you look, now, this was on local news, because if you look at Tom's Diner there, where is it? It's in Denver, Colorado.
Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, this actually was in
it was you, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't
It was
me.
you, wasn't it?
This was in the
No, it was
local
you.
news because somebody got actually charged for asking apparently a stupid question while they were in there. They charged them 38 cents for that. The customer was not happy and actually brought the thing to the police, and the police went back in there and said, you can't do this, and the company's like, all right, fine. They gave him his 38 cents back, but still, I think that's funny. I think it's funny.
I think we should just start doing that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry. I mean, there has to be other people in the audience who have been waiters before. And they had to have had the questions like, yeah, the eggs Benedict, does that have eggs in it?
But yeah,
You know,
exactly.
You know this. So the mashed potatoes. How mashed are they? You know,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, think about it. There are plenty of people out there, plenty of jobs where you use your brain and you get paid for using your brain. Well, when somebody can't think good enough and they say, well, why don't you do thinking for me, and you use your brain for them, don't they owe you something? I mean,
yes, I think they should.
Shouldn't you be able to try? I think the same thing should happen when people go to me and they say, so what is this new law on blah? And I go to Google, say, what is the new law on blah? And then I send them the link. I need to get paid for that. Okay, that should be that should be something I get paid for. I'm tired of that.
I completely agree with that. I'm 100% behind you on that.
Oh boy. Anyway, picture number 3. Ouch.
You know what? That's one hell of an anti-theft device.
No kidding. The car looks like it came out of Half-Life 2. Jesus.
Well, gotta get that grab gun or whatever that was. The grab gun.
Gravity gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that looks just like painful to drive. This is one of those cars that's like, you're not gonna drive it unless you really need something. You got some problem that's bad. You're gonna take care of it in this car, but that's about it.
If you forgot the quart of milk, you're not going back to the store in this car.
No. You'll walk and find a cow and just suck on it for a while. You're not getting in this car. Let's go to picture number 4. Aha! My favorite place. Anals. I love anals. I go to anals all the time. Actually, I'm looking inside the building. I'm trying to figure out what it's supposed to be. The
only thing that gets me about it is that's one hell of a high ceiling to get some anal.
Well, it's okay. Yeah, I know. It's got to be what anus is it? That's what I want to know. I mean, it looks like inside the lighting and the size of it, it looks like maybe a gym. So I'm wondering what needs to be in a gym that you'd have to get to its anal. I mean, elephants. Are we going after elephants here? Are we going after giraffes? What are we doing with the anal? What kind of anals are we going for in here? That's what I want to know. So I don't know. I'm gonna leave it to people's imagination.
That building's got to be smelly.
Oh yeah.
Blech. I got it. Moving on.
Moving on, picture number 5.
Annual snowball fight at Ubbock postponed due to snow.
Due to snow. Yep. There you go.
In other news, the swimming tournament was canceled due to rain.
Due to rain, yes. God. The running tournament was actually canceled due to gravity, and yeah, it's just why? Why would you cancel a snowball fight because there's snow? What the hell, man? I don't get it. I don't understand. This comes from one of these northern states up there that I don't get you guys. I mean, I love you. I love you guys up there. I've been to the northern states. I used to live in one. I really dig you guys. You guys have some really amazing food up there sometimes, but sometimes I don't get you. Okay, just saying. I don't get you sometimes. Let's go to picture number 6.
Yes. Yes, my plan is coming to fruition.
The cat is just sitting there with his fingers like, successful. You know, it's just, this.
Excellent.
If I, going back to the far long drawn out political thing that I did at the beginning of this thing, that cat looks like Donald Trump this week. That is the Donald Trump cat this week. That is Donald Trump going, that's what that is. So,
See,
guys,
right now, I know what's going on in that cat's head. I can tell you right now. The owner just walked back in, and the cat's going, oh, did something maybe happen to your shoes?
Oh.
Man, if only I was given that can of tuna I begged for.
well, maybe things would be different now. Oh boy. Evil cats. Cats are evil. Okay, picture number 7. Yep.
What?
There's your pet care diapers.
See, are they making a statement on pets or babies? That's the question I have.
I don't know, but I want to think babies, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I think they probably just put it there because they didn't have any other place to put it. But still, yeah, you have to wonder about that. And I also have to wonder about, earrings for sensitive ears right next to it. I wonder if those are just like nails or staples or something, There's some way we can do, I don't know. That's pretty weird though. Yeah, but I like it.
When you got a dog or cat, you got a diaper up, it's time to put it down.
Yeah, that's a sick dog. Don't do that. Picture number 8.
Amigo, Motorage, feeling tired and ugly? Stay here and just feel ugly.
Stay here and just feel ugly. It's like, hey, we can help your tiredness. We got a bed, but that face, nah, that's all yours, man. There's nothing we can do. Ain't shit we can do about that. Our plastic surgeon is gone for the weekend. Yeah, oh man.
Hey, it's true, because amigo means friend, and only a friend would be honest with you about that.
Well, that honest, yeah. Let's go to picture number 9. We're back with the anal here. Now we have the anal zone. Yeah, everything here is
zone
anal.
I want to stay clear away from.
I don't know. It depends on what we're doing, but hey, who knows? But no, it's anal. I mean, it's almost like this whole list of things was just chosen by a gay person. Yeah, weird, huh?
I mean, it's almost as if, who would have thought? I mean, you put the pieces together.
Yeah, I know. It's a little weird, but hey, there we go. Anyway, on to number 10.
Oh, come on!
Super Sucker Cum Jetting Machine. What
is that?
I have no idea. I don't know. I'm thinking... At first I was looking at it and I thought, well, did a door open up and it made a different word look like cum? But I can't see that. So I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, there is some weird spacing between some of the letters, like super there, like that weird spacing between the P and the E and...
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. It's fun, whatever it is. I would like... I'd love to have that machine and see if it works. I mean, we'd find out. If I was gonna have a machine, a big truck that was a weapon, and it was like a cum jetting machine, perfect for me. I'm fine with that. But
I just want to know what Garuji is.
Garuji?
Yeah, look at the windshield in the bottom right hand corner. It's a reflection of something. It's called Garuji.
Shit, I don't know.
Is that like the discount Jumanji? Like the knockoff Chinese Jumanji?
No idea at all. Oh man. I'll tell you what, guys, we're gonna take off for now. We're gonna take off for a little break. We're gonna show you pictures, and we're gonna have some Tyro, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna do your holidays and some Dear 2 letters, and we will see you all very soon. Enjoy the break!
Hi guys, and welcome to the Aussie Minute with Tyro Thunderdrone. Today's recording is a very special one because it is Australia Day, the equivalency of the Independence Day for Americans, and I honestly don't know what Canada does. I guess Canada Day. Now, some of you might be wondering, what is Australia Day significance? What sort of celebrations do you do? Who do you do it with? Do you light any fireworks? Given the amount of bushfires here, no we fucking don't! Australia Day is commemorated on January 26th of every year because, you know, it keeps happening. Generally by everybody gathering with their friends and family, having a big old barbecue out in the sweltering fucking hot weather. There's also Australia Day honours and Australian of the Year celebrations, but that's kind of like the Oscars award and nobody gives a rat's ass. But the date itself actually commemorates the First Fleet's landing in Port Jackson in 1788. So essentially the First Fleet just brought the first load of prisoners over here, stuck them down here and said, right, you live here now, we're going back to jolly old England. I would honestly love to have a time machine and go back to that time, because if I have to deal with the Australian wildlife now, can you imagine how fucked they would be when they realized, oh look at this rope, snake, oh look, this bark, pull it up, spider, oh look, a wooden log on the river, crocodile. Honestly, I think the punishment was worse than death. I'd rather be hung than be sent here before the colonies got here. But filter down the years, and now we come to the Australian celebrations, which, as I said before, generally just involves food, because that's what Australians are good for, just making tons and tons of food. This includes stuff like pavlovas, lamb especially, seeing as that was very popular during the early days. And as mentioned before, a lack of fireworks just in the backyard because too many people would set fire to each other and the rest of the goddamn country. And also, the obligatory drinking of lots and lots of alcohol, because the Australians have never turned down the opportunity to get shit-faced drunk. Real talk, the amount of alcohol that we drink makes me think that if anything bites us, it'll get alcohol poisoning. But this has been the Aussie Minute with Tyro Thunderdrone, a little bit shorter than normal. Happy Australia Day, folks, and if you're not on fire, you're not doing Australia right.
guys, welcome back to the show. Hope you enjoyed the break. I'm trying to think of. Did you miss us? Trying to think of what you guys could take pictures of next week, because we've already had winter. Winter has been, big time. But I'm trying to think of something specific. But like, what do you do inside the house or outside of the house when you're in?
Well,
okay,
we're coming up on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we are.
So
aren't we?
I think people should go out and take lots of pictures of their favorite things that are blue.
Blue? Why blue?
Because Valentine's Day is the launch of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, duh!
Oh, God, no! Okay, I like the Valentine's Day part, but forget the blue, okay? Just take pictures of Valentine's Day stuff, like roses or candies or things that you'd like to give to your sweetheart, or something like that.
Your
would be
favorite,
nice.
like, candy hearts, the little chalky ones with the sayings on them.
Yeah, but I haven't had one of those in forever. I'm gonna go find some of those and eat them. They're terrible.
I'm the only one
They're horrible.
I'm the
but I'm
only
gonna
one
eat
I
'em.
know that likes those. I'm the only one I know who actually will be like,
No.
ooh, candy hearts.
No, I hate them. No, they taste horrible, but I eat them anyway because they're little candy hearts. Who's not gonna eat them? But anyway, yeah, that's that's nuts. But anyway, let's go on to the holidays.
What are your holidays? Teen Twipe.
Okay, so Monday this should be interesting, National Flannel Day.
Huh.
If you like flannel, and if you want to go back and experience the early 90s all over again, there you go. You can go and pretend you're in
flannel.
I don't hate flannel either, and you can wear it and pretend you're in a grunge band. Yeah, I mean, it happened all the time. So, but
Grunge bands pretended they were in grunge bands.
yeah, I know. They pretended they were actually playing music that was actually called grunge and that they were in a band. And none of that was real. The only thing that was real was the flannel. That was all. So, yeah, you can do that. Tuesday is an interesting day for everybody out there. A little bit of effort here. A little bit of effort.
Okay. All right.
Tuesday is National Make a Friend Day. Now, doesn't say what kind of friend it has to be. Doesn't say it has to be human or animal or it has to be online or offline, whatever. Just says National Make a Friend Day. So you can be creative and you can do whatever it is that you want.
Ooh, I could be creative. I could draw a friend.
Well, it says make a friend.
Yeah.
So if you drew a friend, you would make a friend. Okay, I think
That's right.
that counts.
I made one.
That counts.
Aha.
Ooh, maybe I could make a dragon friend. That'd be awesome.
Ooh, I want to make a dragon friend too.
Oh, we could both make dragon friends.
Yes.
No, because we're not dragons, and they would meet each other, and then they'd run off together, and we'd be lonely. Shit.
No, but that would be their in, and then Valentine's Day would come, and they would come, and we caused that to happen.
Oh well, at least somebody be happy. Maybe we could film it. Anyway, Wednesday. Now this is a new one for me. Wednesday is National Plum Pudding Day. Now, you guys know me and food. You guys know how I am with food. Now, never in my life, I've never had plum pudding.
I've never seen plum pudding.
I didn't even know it was a thing. So, I'm gonna have to go and find a way to get plum pudding. Gonna have to do that, so that I can actually have it and eat it, all of it, because maybe it's good. I like plums. I like pudding. We'll find out. Yeah.
I like pudding, but I've never even tried a plum. So I don't know. I'd have to try it.
Well, have you never actually eaten a real plum?
Nope.
You might like them. They're a little bit tart. They're kind of sour, but they're really good.
Okay.
I like them. They're really nice. Thursday, interesting day. Thursday is National Crab Rangoon Day.
Ooh.
Now, I am all about this. See, when I first discovered crab rangoons, I didn't know that they were just supposed to be a little kind of, treat sort of thing that you got one or two of them. I thought because they were in a buffet. I thought they were just another thing on the buffet table, and I tried one, and I'm like, oh. And I picked up a scooper, and I got myself a whole plate load and I brought them right back to the table, and I just sat there eating crab rangoons. I can eat those things all goddamn day. Dump me a ton of that stuff in a pile, and I will dive right in there like Scrooge McDuck and his fucking coins, and I will eat the whole damn. It will be me and crab rangoons, and that will be my day. So I'm fine with crab rangoon day. Do you like them? I like them.
It's one of those things I don't hate them.
Okay.
If they put it in front of me, and I go, okay. But it's not something I seek out. I'm like, ooh,
Oh, I will. I seek the shit out of it. I love those things. So, yep. Hey, fine. We'll both eat them. Let's see. Friday is National... Oh, you're going to like this one. National Cream-Filled Chocolates Day.
Oh, yes.
Truffle Day! Truffle. Oh, yeah, that's true. Truffles are like this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is why I have you on good ideas. Good ideas from you. Thank
Truffle
you very
Day.
much. I got horse ideas on the show. Yep.
Although, if I came home with truffles, my wife's truffle sense will go off, and I won't have a single one.
Oh,
they would be gone when I turn around.
I would love to see. Oh God, that would be so cute. See, you guys, I have to make fun of you just a little bit again because
Okay, all
because
right.
Hoofy and his wife, they're short. They're short people. They're small people. Now, not busted on them, but they're adorable. I would love to see these two just go outrageous, just like postmodern like ape shit on a pile of truffles, just like raw, clawing at each other and just trying to get to the truffles, and them being so small. It would just be like, oh my God, this is adorable. This is the cutest thing I have ever seen in my life. If that happens, you got to film it and send it to me. I promise I won't share it with anybody. But
oh yeah, I'm totally sure of that.
Anyway, Saturday. Well, it's a thing. I'm not too happy with this one, but some of you may be. Saturday is National Gumdrop Day.
Gumdrops.
It's like, I don't hate gumdrops, but I don't really like, they're too sweet. It's like too much sugar. I'm like, so they're okay. I'll eat a gumdrop.
I think they're okay, but not because they're too sweet. I love sweet. I love me some sweet. But there's just something about gumdrops that's, I'm like, you're boring.
Yeah.
I'll put you in my mouth and I'll eat you, but you're boring.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing about it. It's like a gumdrop without the sugar all over it. Yeah, then it would be really boring.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the only thing that makes it not boring is the sugar all over it, and that makes it too sweet for me. So I'm like, okay, it's okay. It's a Sunday.
I'll get like a small box, and I'll just like, nom nom nom.
Sunday is actually well, there was one day for Sunday, and there was nothing else. It's National Almond Day.
Huh.
So I hope you like almonds. I love almonds. I'm fine with almonds. So I'll enjoy that day. I hope you guys enjoy that day. But either way, that's the holidays coming up, and I'm gonna try and take advantage of all those days that I can. But at this point, let's go on into the Dear 2 letters.
It's Dear 2 letters.
Verb Horse and Ranter the Gryphon Wonder. Well, that's a new one. Says, first off, nay, bitch. Nay. So you got a nay from the horse. Secondly, I wanted to thank you for the belated birthday wishes that you given when you had read my previous letter on the last episode of 2 Cents. Lastly, I wanted to ask you if I could send some music to be played on the show. I might either have to send them via email or on Twitter. By the way, Burb Horse and Rancher the Gryphon Wonder sound like really cheesy superhero names. Yes, they do, by the way.
Yeah.
This is from Six String. And Six String, by the way, he's a pony, and he actually plays a guitar. So I'll tell you what, if you send in like a song to me somewhere, and you'd have to mail it to the normal, oh crap, it's dear2letters@hotmail.com. Mail it there, and what I'll do is I'll put it on the break, and we'll be able to listen to it on the break. And so yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, not a problem. And yeah, again, happy birthday, dude, and thanks for writing in. We love it when you guys write in. Next letter. Oh God, to the dearest of ranting twos and hoffs and feather. Okay. That makes it sound like there's 3 of us. We are Jesus, God, the Holy Spirit, all there in one.
Oh God.
I'm hoping your health is good this week. Well, it's better this week than it was last week, I'll tell you that. I have 2 questions for both of you. Number 1, what's the worst food you've ever eaten? And number 2, what food do you love but can't eat because it causes stomach issues? This is from Onyx Flame and her cat, Lady Lost.
Oh, can I pet the cat?
I don't know. Can we pet?
I want to pet the kitty.
It depends on what kind of kitty it is. We'll have to ask permission later. But
okay, yeah.
The worst food that I've ever eaten. I know that one immediately.
Okay.
Because there's not many foods that I don't like. There's only maybe like 3 or 4 foods that I cannot stand.
Okay.
but the biggest one is pickled beets. I can't stand pickled beets. I don't know why. I just blah, 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 blah. That's no good. No good for me. What about you?
Me, the worst food I ever had. I wish I could say what it was in it, but when I was younger, they used to have like the hot lunches at schools.
Yeah.
They used to, one day, they used to serve us chicken nuggets, which was awesome, but then they stopped and they replaced it with stuffed cabbage day for elementary school kids. Yeah,
well, okay.
and I was like, they handed this and put it in front of me, and I looked at it, I went, that's not chicken nuggets. and I took a couple of bites, and I cut in, dug in, and I was no, I vomited that day. It was bad. I ran to the bathroom.
See, I would have been the weird one. I would have been the weird kid that actually liked stuffed cabbage because I love cabbage. However, stuffed cabbage is not something you don't give to the grade school kids. They're gonna vomit that. That's gonna come out of their ears. They're not gonna eat that. That's shit. No kid's gonna want that. I mean, come on. Second question's interesting. What food do you love but can't eat because it causes stomach issues? See, you're asking that to the wrong two people because both Hoofy and I, we both have this wonderful thing called IBS.
If you don't know what it is, count your blessings.
Yeah, count your blessings. Because I've had it since I think I was a teenager when I first started having it. And I still have it to this day. And what it means is that when you eat certain things, like it depends on what it is for you, it's going to go into your bowels and it's going to feel like, there's a nail gun going crazy down there. It's going to make you feel horrible. So Hoofy and I both, we have learned that even though there could be pain later, and maybe will be, we're going to eat this anyway because at least it tastes good and screw the pain. So we don't turn down anything because of stomach issues. We're like, nope. It's like, oh, look, a big, thick, greasy barbecue sandwich. You know what? That's going to hurt a lot later. I hope it tastes good. Nom, nom, nom. And I will eat the shit out of that. And then
look at this big old slice of New York style pizza. Well, I know you're going to come out within seconds, but down the hatch.
Down it goes.
Nom, nom.
Same here, man. It's like it is going to come out in about 40 minutes and it's going to hurt. But you know what? Let's do it. So yeah, that's an interesting one. Finally, last letter for today. Dear Two and Featherhoof.
Yes.
Well, that just doesn't sound right after people have been calling us weird things the whole time.
Apparently, no, we need to be more formal with this letter. Okay, we use our formal, proper names. We need to be very formal with this one. Okay.
Dear Two and Featherhoof.
Yes.
With the start of the new decade, I got to thinking about nostalgia. Since people usually look back on the past in 10-year increments, I was curious which has been your favorite decade you've lived through in terms of fashion, music, movies, etc. This is from Gil Hushpond. Thank you, Gil, very much for this question.
Gil.
Yes,
Not a
Gil.
pedestrian name, I must say. But, I suppose we could deign to respond to what he has asked us.
Well, but by the way, I gotta give it to Gil because he's the only furry goldfish that I've ever known. I've never known another furry goldfish.
Character.
Yeah, me too.
See it.
Send us pictures of yourself, Gil. We'd love to see your character. But I'm gonna say the 80s, and the reason I'm gonna say the 80s is because living through, going through every week, coming up with new technology. It's like the chip, the computer chip, had just become very, very makeable and very, very cheap. And so every week you'd go to the store and there'd be a new thing that would come out that had never been there before. And suddenly now you can buy a watch that plays Pac-Man and has a calculator. And now suddenly you've got this little box and you hit the button and you don't need to read the time. It'll just say it is 3:29 a.m. And suddenly it's like all this stuff, and you can build a computer now, and you can just suddenly every week something was new. And the music, we were going over the music the other day, me and Tallyhawk, we were listening to all these fabulous songs that came from the 80s. I'm trying to count them, as many fabulous songs that came from 2000 and 2010 or 2010 and 20. They're not there. They're not there. There's maybe like half a dozen good songs. You go back to the 80s, every week there was a half a dozen good songs. And it's like, wow, okay, so I gotta say, I gotta go with the 80s. I have to go with the 80s.
See, I'm gonna have to go with the 80s, but the problem is that I don't have a lot of formidable memories of it because I was born in the 82.
Okay.
Like most of my memories are in the 90s, and I remember a lot of that stuff happening in the 90s as far as technology goes.
Yeah.
Like, growing up in the 90s, I used to watch a lot of stuff just change all the time. But as far as like pop culture and everything like that goes, I definitely have to go with the 80s because, I mean, retroactively, like looking back nostalgically.
Yeah.
Because obviously, even though I lived it, I don't have a lot of memories of it because I don't have a lot of memories of that, that age.
8 years of it. So, and even then you didn't have the 8 years of memory. You just had maybe what, 6, 5, 4, some years.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I can get that because I was, same thing happened to me with 70s. So,
yeah.
But I did like the 70s. I remember them. Anyway, yeah, guys, thank you so much for writing in letters. If you want to send letters, and by the way, we love reading your letters. So send those and your pictures into, oh God, why can't I remember it? Because it's been so long. Send it to dear2letters@hotmail.com and we will read them. We'll put them on the show. We love them. For right now, we're going to take a short break and we're going to come back with more 2 cents. But before that happens, you got to sign up for my Patreon and be one of my producers because for just $5 a month, then you can get the full version of the show with a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of other crap that goes along with it and other shows that nobody else gets. You get an MP3 download of the show and you get my personal thanks and you get a lot of good stuff. And I will personally kiss you right in the face if you do that. So head on over to patreon.com/rantinggryphon and start your membership. And that's how you do that. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. You don't have to. It's definitely not a requirement. So for all you guys, thank you very much for being on our show this week. And we're going to come back next week, hopefully as long as God doesn't kill us or whatever. And we'll see you again on the next 2 Cent Show where I am going to sniff Gwyneth Paltrow. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, not.